Here we go. Pretty similar to the problem we just did, I would say. Yeah. Write all of the trig terms as variations of sine, cosine, or tangent. Check. Does the new equation have a squared term and a non-squared trig term? Emphasis on this. It has to have both of those in order to take this route. We're not going there yet. We only have cosine x. Use inverse operations to isolate the trig term. Okay, so isolate this by getting rid of these two values, right? We get rid of that by adding it. Again, don't confuse seeing a radical with having to square it. That's the floating constant, right? I just need to add that to the other side. That's that inverse operation. Then we have 2 cosine x equals radical 2. Divide by 2 on both sides. We get cosine x equals radical 2 over 2. Okay? So x, remember, this is an angle. So we have to say x is equal to an angle. And when we take the cosine of an angle, we get the x coordinate on the unit circle. So look for this x coordinate. And there are two angles that have that x coordinate. Positive x coordinates are in quadrant 1 and in quadrant 4. So find the radical 2 over 2 in the x coordinate. In quadrant 1, that's pi over 4. And in quadrant 2, that's 7 pi over 4. Now, I have to add something to this one. Hopefully, people at home are watching this before you try to do the homework on Math Excel. Because there is one thing that that Math Excel expects you to understand about the answers that you're getting. So we just found the x coordinates that were radical 2 over 2 at 7 pi over 4 and at pi over 4. Now, there is this concept of coterminal angles. Okay, so I don't want to make this too complicated, but I am going to explain it real quick. Okay, so this angle that's at pi over 4. Ooh, I didn't even touch it. Jeez. This angle that's at pi over 4 has an infinite number of coterminal angles. Like we can get to this spot by going like this. Boop. We can also get to this spot by going like this. So that would be a 2 pi revolution, because 2 pi is all the way around, and then stopping there. Or we could go 2 pi, 4 pi, and then stopping there. Okay? So since there are an infinite number of coterminal angles that have that x coordinate, and then also, and I can do, I circled the wrong thing there. Huh? There we go. Same thing for 7 pi over 4. I could get to 7 pi over 4 by going brrr, or I could get to 7 pi over 4 by going all the way around for 2 pi and then going to 7 pi over 4. So, one thing we have to do when we express our solutions, okay, is we have to put with this, after we write this, we have to write plus 2 pi n. Writing, I know it's weird, writing plus 2 pi n is our way of saying, and we could also add a full rotation of the unit circle a certain number of times and still end up in that space. We could go around 1 time and that would be adding 2 pi. We could go around 2 times and that would be adding 4 pi. We could go around 3 times, so on and so forth. So if that makes sense, this is our way of saying it's really these 2 spots and any coterminal angle with that spot by adding 2 pi n. Okay, I realize it's a weird thing. Math Excel is a fickle beast. Okay.